Welcome to yet another episode of overcomplicating really easy things that shouldn't take this long, but yet does. Intro? Alright, welcome folks, we are back at it. We're back at the Sportster rebuild, and due to complications, I know I said we were going to be doing lighting and the wiring today. Problem is, I forgot how trashed the light housings were, and forgot to order them, and then I procrastinated on ordering them, so it's taking a little bit longer because Harley's always on back order. So we're gonna pivot today, and we're gonna be doing handlebars. I got new handlebars from Builtwell, these lovely things. Got mirrors, we got some foot controls we put on. We're gonna replace the regulator because I didn't when I replaced the stator, which is something that you should always do. I'm just poor, lazy, and frugal, so this is the time we're going to do it. This cool thing, we're going to see how that fits. I'm not 100% sure if it is going to fit. It'd be really cool if it does. And this is all made possible by J&P Cycles. Thanks for sponsoring this build series. J&P Cycles are actually the first website I was told to go look at when I first bought that motorcycle. Somebody's like, yeah, go on J&P Cycles. Got some cool Bell 500 helmets that you'll love, which, surprise at the end, I got one. J&P Cycles have been around forever, and you know, they got everything that you need when you need it. Go take a look. Click on the link below. You know, you might find something that you need. They have their new Riders Plus membership. Amazon for quality motorcycle parts instead of buying them from Amazon for parts that you'll hate for yourself for buying later. So buy it from a reputable motorcycle parts place. You know, crazy, right? All right. So again, as usual, my hectic lifestyle is gonna affect a lot of this. So to begin this, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to remove my handlebars, unplug them, take the freaking throttle controls off, and from there I'm not sure how much time I'll have left today, which means I'll probably have to do it in a couple of days. From there we'll start doing the rest. But the hard part is unpinning all the connections to the handlebars, removing the handlebars and having to run back through the new handlebars. Done it before. It's not as hard as it sounds. If you know how to do it and what you're doing, it's actually really simple, surprisingly. Let's just start breaking things down and see where we get. And to get your handlebars off, you got to get to the wiring harness. The wiring harness is underneath the gas tank. I think there's ways to do it without having to remove the gas tank. There's really no point. It's really easy to remove a gas tank. This thing's come off. Don't make me look stupid on camera. Oh, you push off the gas all over yourself. You take the seat off. Don't mess. Yep. Alrighty, let's get this thing moving. Probably one of the hardest things to do on this Sportster is get the seat on and off. Get off. Power crack command zero. Power crack the pelty. Sorry. When removing your gas tank, don't forget to get a frame, idiot. When removing your gas tank, don't forget to have a nice comfy place to put it. Nice and soft, because I'm sure that most of your gas tanks aren't as badly damaged as mine. I'm sure you're gonna keep the paint on it a little bit better than I do. Now for the tried and true method of, is this it? Is this one it? Is that it? This one it? Ooh, it was. First try. I win. I'll tell him what he's won. Nothing. You're a wrench too. This it? No. This it? Yes. Look at this, I'm getting better at this. Lefty lunacy, dyslexia's bitch. Something fell on the other side. There's this little nipple on the back side of the thing it fell, and it's gone forever now. I feel like it's gonna find its way home. Speaking of not losing things, I like to put screws and bolts back on. You know which one it came from, where it goes, where it's gonna go. I feel like there's another connection in here I've never forgotten. Oh, I know, I'll fill up the freaking gas tank before I fucking do this. Please don't fucking do that, support. Usually it's a good idea to remove the gas tank, all the gas from the gas tank. I am just too stupid to do that. Make sure we got both cameras catching me getting covered in gas. It's scary. Easily. And then like, we're good. A lot of us probably more than likely grew up watching some Monster Garage or like American Choppers, and that's what we're all got that weird desire to, you know, build our own stuff and make our own things, modify, work up your ranch, be a man, blah, 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 blah. You know what surprises the living crap out of me is how much of a motorcycle is held together by zip ties. Blah, blah, blah. Zip. Nope. Yep. Right now I'm just trying to make a clear path to getting handlebars and all the wiring off as easy as possible. Throttle cable should probably come off. Just pinch and pull. Literally all those work. Most of it's kind of self-explanatory. I can get to that one from here. I don't have to cut it from the other side. Pinch and pull, pinch and pull. There's that. It's the entire wiring harness of the motorcycle. So let's go ahead and that's everything. Like I said last time, if you look a little bit closer over here, so much extra. So that should be good for the 12s for the both of it. Where's my snippy snips? Trying to think of maybe if I could just like try to remove this and just pop it right on there, but no, just remove the whole thing. It's easier to do. When you're doing things like this, you want to have a flat surface where you're doing like wiring things. Just pull the whole thing off, but do the smart thing. Fine, do it. Do the smart thing. Use smart ability, freaking idiot. Hey, Genius, you have a lift. It lifts up the motorcycle so you don't have to bend over to get to it. Duh. One of the things I fear the most when I do things like this is forgetting which bolt goes where. And I know very well that there's a way to do this, there's a smart way to do this where you put them all in one place and you take a piece of freaking painter tape and you write down what each one goes or whatever. I know you're supposed to. I know how to. I'm just not going to because I'm an idiot. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why you should not be taking advice from an idiot. At the same time, an idiot can do this. So can you. That's one of the mass advantages of being dyslexic. You just learn other ways of doing things correctly. It's never completely the correct way of doing it, but you learn ways. Let's talk about the dumb things you learn by making mistakes. Is like all Harleys need Loctite for everything. Like that one time, I didn't use Loctite on my air filter, and then got caught in torrential downpour. Woke up the next morning to, where's your air filter? Use Loctite. It's a Harley. It likes to shake. One of the things I need to do while I'm already here is I'm probably gonna go ahead and clean this air filter. It's been sitting for a while. Now for the fun part, to get the throttle cables out. Just never fun. Now to figure out an angle to show you. Alright, throttle and return cables. These two buttons. That's what you gotta get out to get the wires out. And here's the fun part and a difficult part. Alright. So I remember this being a lot easier to put in than put out, but did I have to undo the housing first? I think so. Alright, let's go to the housing. Then we'll be right back here pretending nothing happened in between. Alright, so we're gonna talk about ironing. I gotta put the handlebars back on, take them off. Remember, kids, my stupidity is for your entertainment and education. Alright, good enough. I like good enough. Good enough is always good enough. Alright. I just remember something because I'm stupid. That's why I couldn't get enough traction off of. God Damn it. All right, well, whatever. Halfway to something. Why you always need more than one 10 millimeter. Man, that was a dumb move. All right, cool. There we go. I didn't want to do this because it's going to make it harder later, but it's going to make it easier now, so. Note to self, there's a spring. And that's why it's being difficult. And I haven't done this in a while. Oh man, this sucks. All right. We got the spring going. Remove all tension. Why am I doing this? The absolute worst, hardest way possible. Remove all tension. Spring. What a time. Well, that took way hard. That was way harder. Took way longer than it absolutely should have. You know, like when you get in an accident and you're ripping the broken stuff off for your motorcycle, and it doesn't really matter. You just rip it off, cut it off, whatever. I've been trying to save these, so I'm trying to be extra delicate. I didn't want to cut the zip ties on the wiring harness just because it's kind of a pain in the ass to get back on. It's not the hardest thing I'm doing, but it's just if I can save 1 or 2 steps, that's what I'm gonna try to do. And just trying to, I'm just trying to take shortcuts too much. So the tensioners for your throttle and return just need to be all the way down. I just tried to do a little bit, and I just ended up just making my life way harder. Release all tension. Make sure it lines up. Any divergence of straightness when you're undoing the tensions, it's just gonna catch and it's gonna make your life harder, which is what I let it do. So to take off your return and your throttle, release all the tension. Just cut the freaking wiring harness. Throttle actually has a little spring that sits inside of it. So that's why I couldn't get it to slide out, which, you know, it's been so long since I've touched this thing, but that was a big move forward. So what's next? I think I can actually remove the handlebars now and do the rest on my workbench, which is just the top of my toolbox, which is annoying because I gotta get it in my toolbox. Just get the handlebars off the actual motorcycle. All right, so this is where I'm gonna stop for today. I'm stopping here and I'm not completely removing the bars because don't wanna leave the brake reservoir bent over, and also it's connected. I wanna remove that before I take the handlebars off. But all the wiring is off. The throttle, just gotta deal with the brakes next. Figure out what I'm doing with the clutch. I'm probably just gonna let it hang, you know, so do that real quick. But it's got a really busy weekend. I've got people coming into town. We got the market at the Shame. Gotta work. Welcome folks, Flipknot here. Here's a quick, damn it. Welcome folks, Flipknot here. Here's some quick prep tips brought to you by GMP Cycles. If you're gonna be redoing the handlebars on your motorcycle, a few things you wanna have before you start. I always recommend is this weird crimping tool because that's half of what Harley has. You don't need a proprietary Harley one, it's cost too much. Just want to get the job done, just be careful and go slow. Good small pick, a good small flathead screwdriver. Motorcycle, you always need zip ties, because you always need zip ties on a motorcycle. Some decent wire strippers, and some decent time and patience, a nice flat surface, somewhere to sit, good music. Don't rush it. It takes a moment. It's not that hard. It just takes some time. So if you're thinking about doing some wiring on your motorcycle, don't forget to go to JP Cycles, pick up your parts. They'll take care of you. These are some good prep tips. Make sure you have these on hand because it's always easier when you're ready to get into it. Otherwise, you really turn into me and you hate your life because everything's falling apart and you didn't think about it beforehand. This is why I'm making these prep tips. I'm making these prep tips because I need it though. Hope you enjoy this. Thank you, JP Cycles. All right, apparently I make ads now. So enjoy that break, ad break. Yeah, that's what I do now. Another day, another dollar. So again, it's a couple days later. My work week begins tomorrow, which means I have today to finish this up. Where we left off was I got everything unhooked from the wiring harness, which is all right over here. Got the throttle cable detached from the throttle body. All I got left to do is just undo a couple screws, just detach a few things, and most of this should come out pretty easily. And then we'll talk about what to deal with this stuff, because this is pretty important, and we got to do this correctly, because this is where it gets scary and you can really screw shit up. Let's not screw anything up. I very much appreciate a ratchet that says on and off and makes my life a lot easier. Because I'm dyslexic. Left is always right and right is always right. Quick little tip for removing your housing. There's a screw there, a screw under there, there's these two screws. And everybody's gonna tell you something a little bit different. What I like to do, what I've seen people do, what I've seen most people do is that when you go to remove your brake cable, you do open it up, put a little something in there just to leave a little bit of pressure so that when you're taking things off, it just doesn't flop around. And there's a button under there that you could screw up so it kind of holds the button down so you don't break the button. So put a little thing in there, go back to building. Mainly because I don't have much time to do this. Housing still has a bunch of wires, so that's gonna be, it's always a fun thing. You gotta get in there a little bit and just get. Yep, there's one. Don't lose these little brass things, you're gonna need them again later. Picks are your friends, use your pick. Small piece of cardboard. Just, I think that's too much. Right, the wiring harness needs to, all the wiring stuff needs to come off. Okay, so that's good. Let's get this off of here though. Ugh. I prefer to put the screws back where they belong, just so I don't lose them, or put them back at the wrong place. As I said before, we're going to be replacing the clutch cable because it's just too short. I tried, the whole clutch thing confuses me, +1, +2. +2, -2, blah, blah, I don't get it. Came out wrong how to measure. Remove the clutch cable with the housing again. Basically, as soon as the housing's off, we can start removing all the pins. That's the hard part, is remove the pins. That's the pain in the butt part. All right, for our mark quickly, just take a small little screwdriver and just pop that little sucker out. So your little ring. I hate these things. Oh yeah, I need to loosen up. Clutch cable. Just make an attempt to not make the same mistake I made last time with the freaking throttle cables. Just try to get rid of all the tension. Just let it all out. Much as I want to do the clutch cable while I'm here, two things. I want to redo all the fluids, so if I'm going to redo all the fluids and I have to open up the derby cover, might as well just do it then. And secondly, I don't know if I have enough time to do everything that I want to do today. So, here's some wishful thinking that I can get this done. Pull. It's out. That's that for that. So like the thing comes out. I'll use the lever. Put this back in my box of crap. Again, leaving the screws where they live so I don't lose them. Here's that's everything off of there, so I can take the handlebars off and actually, yeah, cool. Alright, so we're at the scary part is unpinning these. The reason I haven't undone my throttle cable is because as soon as you try to detach those things from the housing, you can snap it, and I don't want to wait for more cables. I just rather be gentle with it and just pull out the wiring. So there's that. So these two scary things, gotta prep to do this. And the prepping for this is you're gonna need a few things. You're gonna need a pick, a very, very thin, small pick. Now what I don't have here is the paper for whatever reason, but I do have paper plates. The reason for the paper and a pen is because you're gonna look at this, and before you unpin a single freaking thing, you're gonna write down the order that these cables come in. So let's say I'm pinning this one. So we're gonna go, there's 4 on top, 4 on the bottom. Big square. Hook, hook. Top one is white. It's gonna be yellow with black, and it's gonna be black with red. And it's just black, orange with white, and there's yellow. There's straight yellow, just yellow, then a blue. I don't know what color that is. I'm gonna call it off-white. Just for insurances, I take pictures as well. So we're gonna go in there with our little pick, and we're just gonna grab it right there. Try to pull it up a little bit. See, it just comes right up. Keep pulling. Little flathead is right on top. There's a little hook right on top of the pin. So what you're doing is you're taking the flathead, like there's a pin and there's a hook. So you're taking the flathead and you're just sticking it in the hook and just kind of pulling it up, and then pull out your wiring. Go to push, pull, It's 2 housings, one completely free and clear handlebars. Now we're finally getting to the rebuilding part of this. One more tearing down, just the string, feed it through the hole. The bottom of the hole. I know somebody in the comments is gonna be like, it's a little easier if you use the compressed air tank and it'll make it go faster. Grab your pick, pull the string out, come up top, grab a zip tie, and you are on that side, which means you're from this side, which means you're gonna grab your lead over here, grab your wires, and then we're gonna put this little bundle in the middle. Zip tie, cutters. Hopefully this goes through easy. There's nothing so far, it has been. There we go. Feeding, push and pull, push and pull. Grab a little pick, help to guide them back through the hole down here. Feed, 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 feed. Should have done the left side first because there's more connectors, which means it's going to be harder to pull through now. From here, it's famous last words. Should be easy. Well, this wiring job is really starting to kick my ass. I don't know why. I don't remember it being this difficult. I remember this going way smoother the first time when I rewired it. I just think that, like, I don't want to, I don't know. Regardless of that, don't be scared. This is how we learn. Keep saying that. Make sure you put everything on, make sure you triple check. Put things on correctly the first time so you don't have to fight with it for another 45 minutes and undoing it and redoing it. And so what I found out while doing this one is I want to put this housing back in, because when they go in flat, and you want them to go in flat into the hole. Otherwise you just kind of hook and get a little snaggle tooth. Fortunately, I'm gonna have to concede and admit defeat on this one. I need to talk to people. I need to get better advice. I've been just shoving and pulling and shoving and pulling just to get it to sit correctly. I probably screwed that one up too. I ripped the pin off and the wiring. I think I luckily have enough wiring that I can whatever. The housing and the clips all together for both of them are probably gonna be less than $20. It's worth learning the lesson, learning how to do it right. I don't know, man. I just really wanted to get a lot more done. I really wanted to get it done. It shouldn't have taken this long. I don't remember it taking this long the first time. Can't seem to get this one to work correctly, and it's 2 a.m. and I have to be at work at the Shame tomorrow, and I gotta be at the Shame for the next 3 days. And I gotta find time to edit this video, and much less finish it, and have to call it on this one. Man, this is really disappointing. It happens, right? The fun things about these projects, you learn. You learn. Catch you guys on the flip side. I need to go home. Later.